Yeah. Nick and Perry on the mic, straight killing. Talking wrestling, news, mad thrilling. From the ring to the headline spilling. Every match, every feud, bone chilling. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, they type. In the ring, we see stars take flight. Nick and Perry bringing truth to light. To light. SmackDown, Raw, they break it all down. From body slams to the champ's new crown. Tag teams, giants, they cover each town. Every heel, every face, every showdown. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, they type. In the ring, we see stars take flight. Nick and Perry bringing truth to light. To light. Ladder matches to steel cage thrill. From pay-per-views to the backyard mill. Nick and Perry got the inside skill. Wrestling a world at their will. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, they type. In the ring, we see stars take flight. Nick and Perry bringing truth to light. To light. To light. Matches to steel cage thrill. From pay-per-views to the backyard mill. Nick and Perry got the inside skill. Wrestling world at their will. Let the will. Hip-hop podcast, feel the hype. Every scoop, every match, they type. In the ring, we see stars take flight. Nick and Perry bringing truth to light. To light.
All right, we are live.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast. I'm Nick. I'm here as always with Perry.
What's
and
up?
We got some special guests with us this week. As promised, we have the return of MILF Man. Say what's up, MILF Man.
There might be a delay on his end.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's
Sean. Hey, is Sean here?
Yeah.
yeah, Mil-
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna talk some more wrestling. All right, MILF Man is
We lost Milkman for a second.
He'll be
okay.
back.
He'll be back. MILF Man.
Yeah, is it better?
Yeah,
Yes, it's
we
better.
can hear you.
We can hear you. You're good.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we got some more wrestling to get into. We got a few things to get into. More like, Hulk Hogan update that kind of looks very concerning. We're also going to talk some more other news here and there. But I want to start with the freshest news because it happened just yesterday, and it's this stuff with Rampage Jackson's son. Now, if you don't know, Rampage Jackson, he used to be a UFC fighter. He was pretty, like, as far as the character goes, because he started off at doing MMA and like Pride and
Yeah,
everything like that. So he
came
kinda
over to
had,
UFC when they bought Pride.
yes, and he had a persona already, like, because Pride used to do a lot of like character stuff with like almost like wrestling-esque kind of shit. So he was known for like wearing the chain, and he was a badass motherfucker. But now he's retired,
Right.
and one of the things he does streaming on a platform named Kick, which, if you don't know, Kick, it's like a platform that is a stream. It's kind of a rival, quote unquote, to like Twitch and YouTube, and it's owned by an offshore gambling company. Okay, so that's all you need to know about that. Anyway, so Kick, a lot of people do IRL streaming there, which is, for people who don't know, IRL streaming is like daily vlogging used to be in YouTube, but it's like live, and you're just going in real life. IRL stands for in real life, and you're walking around and you're like going to the fucking store, or you're working out at the gym. So his son is prominent on his streams. His son starts streaming. Okay, his son's a trained MMA fighter as well. And he gets invited out to, what's the promotion, Perry? Knox Pro? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think Rikishi owns it, which
Rikishi owns it.
we're gonna get
Been around
into
for a
that a little
while.
bit later because something went down today with
Yeah.
all that. But
Yes. So this is Rikishi's promotion. Somebody from Rikishi's promotion invited him out and invited his like he could come in with his cameras, like see behind the scenes kind of shit. They probably thought it would just be good promotion because the kid has a lot of viewers and whatever. And he knew somebody there. So he goes there and they know he's coming there. Like the wrestlers know. So there was this guy, I want to get his name correct here. Let me pull it up, the wrestler, because I don't want to disrespect him at all. Let's see here. Okay.
I'm gonna steal a picture from TMZ. I think they'll be okay with
We
it.
know that he's a disabled vet, or he's a veteran, and that I also read something about that guy, Mr. Beast, saying that he would pay his hospital bills.
Yeah, but Mr. Beast, yeah, he
Yeah.
tries to get involved with everything. This guy.
Oh yeah, I read that.
His fucking candies
Yeah.
at shop
But I
right
mean-
now pisses me off.
I mean, if
Hey,
he,
he's gonna pay for the guy's stuff,
but yeah, if you guys actually legit pay for the guy's stuff, that's a good thing. I don't want to shit talk that because this guy probably doesn't have the money.
Hey, I didn't say
to
that. I
fucking-
just said his crappy candies
Yeah.
at the store.
Psycho Stu is the guy's wrestling name. So his name's Stuart Smith. His actual wrestling name is Psycho Stu. So Psycho Stu sees him come up with the cameras. He was told that he was coming up with the cameras and he wanted to do like a worked, hit him over the head with a can, but like wrestling way. You don't even feel it essentially.
Mhm.
And so he goes to hit him and he does it the correct way. The guy doesn't even feel it, but Raj doesn't know that it's a work. He thinks that he's actually trying to hit him with a can. And said, I'm telling you, and he starts saying, like, I ain't no bitch, and this and that, and the third. And he starts going crazy. So I'll read this article here. It says Raja Jackson, a 25-year-old MMA fighter and son of former UFC champion Quentin Rampage Jackson, has sparked significant controversy following an incident August 23rd, 2025 at Knox Pro Wrestling event in Los Angeles. During a live stream event on the platform Kick, Jackson, after getting hit in with a can in a work shoot manner earlier in the night, Jackson entered the ring during a match involving Stuart Smith, known as Psycho Stu, and violently attacked him. Video footage shows Jackson slamming Smith to the mat and delivering over 20 punches to the head while Smith appeared unconscious. So he gets in the ring. This was supposed to be like the payback for him getting, it was supposed to be like a wrestling way of getting payback. He was supposed to do like a double leg takedown to the guy. Instead, he goes in there, suplexes the shit out of him where his head snaps back, and you could tell immediately he's knocked out. Like as soon as you see the video, he's knocked out. Then this kid throws 20 like real punches.
21 punches.
21 MMA from a trained MMA fighter whose
His hands are lethal
deadly
weapons.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize it
Yes.
was that much.
Yes, and while this guy's already unconscious, he's knocking him out. The referee's not doing a thing, which immediately I was like, why isn't the ref jumping
Yeah, the
in?
ref is such
Yeah.
a freaking
And then
idiot.
thankfully, the wrestlers had to run from all the way in the back. They run out, tackle this kid, and get him off of him. And apparently the pin was still counted at the end. I'm like, what the fuck is that? They counted the pin after. Who the fuck is counting the pin? This guy just almost killed this dude. But it says here that's what
I
are you
didn't know
saying?
they counted the pin.
Yes.
So a
There is video.
25-year-old goes to a
I
wrestling
said I didn't
event
even know they counted the pin.
and gets involved in a work shoot that he doesn't know is a work shoot, and then beats someone almost half to death. Like that sounds really like stupid. It sounds more like he was like, "Oh, I'm like, look, I'm not going to be a punked on stream, and this is
Yeah.
my IRL stream, and everybody is, saying comments about me and blah blah blah. I'll
Oh,
show
yeah.
you all beat his ass." Like, and he just did what he wanted to do. Like he deserves everything that happens, and he should
Oh,
get like,
100%. I mean, this is almost like attempted murder. I mean, this is like it's on stream. It's on
it's
stream.
so fucking
No,
stupid.
but
It's
his
so
son-
stupid.
His son should know. His son. His son should know. 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 His son sho his son should know better because remember Rampage was in TNA for about a month, for like a few months, a couple years back, during that
Yeah.
main event Mafia angle. I mean,
Yeah.
during
Well, that was like 12 years ago.
that Bully Ray had? Back in
Yeah,
TNA
that was
when he
that was
still-
when I think
Couple of
UFC
years
was,
ago.
That was when UFC was still
Well,
on
it's such a
Spike.
delay. His father could have.
Well, I don't
you
know
know.
if his dad knew he was
Well, not a
going
couple,
there.
but you.
I don't
you
know if
should
his
at
dad knew he
least-
was going there. But anyway, so the incident was initially intended.
Random thing, like it was on television today that I like watched for like the first like 15 minutes. The
What?
A-Team featuring Rampage Jackson as
Oh my
B.A. Baraka.
God.
Yeah, I never even watched that. I know they were guest hosts on Raw, and
Yeah.
You know what?
in character.
I
at one time.
kind of like that movie because of everybody else besides him. Like he's not terrible, but like everybody else is pretty good. I mean, it's
Dude, you want
Liam
Mr. T. You don't
Neeson.
want him. You know what I mean? I mean, Rampage was
I
awesome.
mean,
He was
Mr. T's
awesome, but
7,000 years old, dude. We're talking about a movie that was made in like 2011 or something like that. You don't want Mr. T in 2011 or whatever the hell it was.
oh yes, they do because the Warcraft commercial was #1 with Mr. T in it. Just saying.
That's nostalgia. That's not like you don't. All right, fine, Perry.
Well, that's what. Well, that's what.
No,
the
no, you
A-Team
know
was
what?
gonna
No.
do.
We'll put the poll up in the chat. Let's ask.
The original A-Team is better. I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is in the newer movie that had Bradley Cooper and Jessica Biel and all these people at the time period, it would not make sense to have Mr. T play that character. Like that's the point. Like it's not oh, this guy, like he was in a Warcraft commercial. That means nothing.
Well, I meant a lot to Warcraft. I made a shit ton of money because of that commercial.
Oh, I mean, nostalgia sells.
But it says here that the incident was initially intended as a scripted wrestling work where Jackson was to get payback after Smith hit him with a can outside the venue earlier that day. An act that may have been a misunderstanding as Smith thought Jackson was part of the show. However, Jackson's decisive punches were unplanned and escalated the situation into a real assault. Quentin Jackson issued a public apology on X, stating that his son, who suffered a concussion days earlier, had no business participating in the event as an MMA fighter untrained in pro wrestling. He called it a work gone wrong and expressed concern for Smith's recovery. The LAPD is investigating the incident with a police report filed, though no charges have been confirmed yet. Kick banned Jackson's account due to its policies against excessive violence, which they don't have policies against excessive violence. I mean, that's a whole other story for another day. But if you want to look up what's going on Kick, there's a lot of bad shit going on Kick.
Don't you want to go on there right
Unfortunately,
now? Come on.
No. Unfortunately, someone passed away last week on Kick due to actions that were pretty much it was like you could donate to like have like these guys like assault this dude on stream.
Oh yeah, I saw
And-
that.
Yeah, and it was it came out today that one of their highest gifters, like you could gift subs and stuff, was the CEO of Kick, was gifting subs to
Ooh.
this stream. Yeah.
That's good.
So he gifted over 150 subs to this stream. He's a multi-billionaire.
Oh, he's gonna be sued.
I mean,
All right.
Um,
Really quick, I want to say shout out to the chat. Weston, Dreadpool, Eli, RWK88. You got Talos Ray. You got Frank in here. You got Hockey Fan.
what's up, everybody?
You got David R in here, who's Venom Dave now. You got a lot of people in here. You got
Shout out everybody.
you had about
Appreciate it.
15 people in here already.
Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. So they're investigating the incident.
Wait.
And it says that
Predetermined attempted murder.
the wrestling community, fans and figures like Ryan Garcia have expressed outrage, with some calling for legal consequences, describing the attack as reprehensible and sparking debates about safety protocols in wrestling. Knox Pro Wrestling condemned the act as a selfish, irresponsible act of
Of course they
violence,
did. They don't want to get
emphasizing-
sued. Well, they're going to get sued.
emphasizing that such an event was unprecedented in their 17 years of operation. So,
Well,
now,
Rikishi,
speaking-
he's going to have to wiggle
yeah.
his cheeks for some money because there ain't no way he's going to be able to pay this.
well, now the other layer to this, first of all,
Dude, okay. Listen to what they should have done. They should have had the locker room clear out, right?
Yeah.
They hold this guy Jackson, right? And then Rikishi comes out and goes to the stink face.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that as soon as you started talking about the fluid.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's funny. So the other layer to this, well, first off, we hope
Lucius,
that
what's up?
we hope that Psycho Stu or Stuart Smith has a speedy recovery. This guy is a military veteran.
Yes.
He has PTSD. Wrestling was like his escape. I think he's been wrestling for like a handful of years, 6-7 years. His brother put out an update that he is conscious, he is talking, he is in the hospital still, but he is in good spirits and is in stable condition, which is good.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there still can't be, damage done to his brain.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, it's just scary. The second layer to this, though, is that Knox Pro was one of the WWE ID schools.
Yes, and that's been taken away as of today.
That has been, as of today, that they no longer have the WWE ID branding on any of their socials. That is gone, because of this. WWE probably saw this and was like, "Fuck no."
So you know what that means? Jey Uso's push is over.
But yeah, so that was that was when I woke up and saw, or when I woke up last night late and saw that, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Because you already have, like, people don't understand how, like, I guess because I try to pay attention to what goes on in streaming, and then so I know like how toxic it's become in this like IRL streaming stuff.
Right.
These guys are doing anything for views and clicks, and they're fighting people in Chipotle, and they're doing just crazy. They're doing stupid shit. It's really dumb. Like, streaming used to be about doing stuff like this or playing a video game or whatever, and now it's dudes walking around
fighting people in Chipotle.
Oh no! Watch a Kick stream. Like, they said the Kickstarter pack used to be you move to Miami, you get one of those streaming backpacks where you can stream outside, and you fight somebody at McDonald's. That's literally how you get started on Kick. That's what you
Miami.
do. They all the Kick streamers moved to Miami. They all moved to Miami.
Well, Dreadpool gonna have to go to Miami.
I mean, they all moved to Miami, bro. They all moved to Miami, and a lot of them. Then there was that kid that got banned on Kick. I don't know if you heard about. He was a streamer. He got in a car accident with his like Monte Carlo and almost killed his cameraman. Like,
What
he
the
was
fuck?
Yeah, he was a young 20-year-old who was able to afford $1 million car from Kick streaming. He would fight people on Kick, and then he was speeding and racing with his fucking car, and he almost killed his cameraman.
Oh, okay. Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, that was on Kick.
I saw that on Inside Edition. I didn't see that on Kick, but yes.
Yeah. But it made national news because it was like this guy almost freaking killed this cameraman. Like, and that was also on Kick. That was like 7-8 months ago. Like, this is like a bad platform. And then the other thing is they got in hot water for. This is the last thing I'll say about Kick. When they first started, they're owned by an offshore gambling company called State, which means they're not regulated by the government. You can't legally like gamble here. Like what they did was they signed up a bunch of streamers that had young audiences and made them gamble on stream to these young and promote online gambling to these young kids, people with young audiences. And it's like that was literally their big
defeats the
thing.
whole
Like,
point of streaming IRL.
Yeah. So, it's a cesspool of a platform, in my opinion. If you stream on there, hey, good for you. They do have a 90-10 split. That's their big thing, is that they give you 90% of your sub stuff and they only take 10%. But that's because they're funded by a multi-billionaire that made money off an offshore gambling company. So that's one of their like perks or whatever for Kick. But if you stream there, hey man, more power to you. But this is the kind of stuff that happens there. They're gonna have to start cracking down on this shit.
What does Twitch take?
What happened? Twitch takes
Twitch takes 90% and they give you 10%.
It's pretty backwards. It's pretty backwards. You don't make a lot. But that was one of the big selling points for Kick when it started, was you could make more money, but it was, there was a lot of people got offered to go there, but they were like, look, I'm not gonna like sell my community out to go over here when you got all this other shit going on? Like, I don't want to be on the front page of Kick while you got some dude fighting a guy in a wrestling ring, you know, like right next that stream's right next to my stream. Like, that's bad for my brand. I'm not gonna go over there.
Right.
So it's like, it's just. I hope the best for this kid. For this, I don't know if he's a kid, but Psycho, I don't know how old he is, but hope the best for him. And whatever happens to Rajah Jackson, he's a piece of shit. And the only thing he said on stream was "my bad" afterwards. My bad. You're bad. Yeah, you fucking
almost killed somebody.
yeah, like
on purpose.
Yeah, and then he
the
was
other
also.
thing though, I would say the one thing though is that with Rampage, you notice how Rampage had to mention in his comments that he had a concussion prior. That is just him. Just him putting the groundwork there in the first place, so that when they go into court, he can claim, "Hey, he did have a concussion." Blah 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 blah. Like it's neither here nor there. That concussion didn't make him beat the hell out of that guy, but it's just I know that was specifically said. You can just tell when people say things like this, when events like this happen. Yeah. It's just PR bullshit, but it's
covering
also
his ass. It's covering his ass. Yeah.
I was just gonna say covering his ass.
It's really disgusting. This shit has no place in wrestling. It has no place in streaming. It has no place in anything like that. It's disgusting. And the only thing this Rajah kid was saying afterwards was "my bad," and then he started screaming because it was gonna fuck up his chances to get into the UFC.
Hey, he fucked himself, okay?
You fucked you did that, brother. You did that. Not anybody else. No one set you up. This isn't a conspiracy. You got in that ring, you slammed this dude, knocked him out, and then punched him 21 times and almost killed him. Thankfully, he looks like he's going to be okay, but like, Jesus Christ, man. Like,
how okay is he really going to be? That's the problem. We don't know yet.
Really. There could be lingering effects from this he probably can't wrestle. Depending on how the head trauma is. I mean,
he's gonna milk the shit out of that. Like, he's got to. Like, after being beat the hell like that, like, I gotta imagine Rampage has got money.
If anything,
they're gonna be suing. He's gonna be suing the hell out of them for that.
If anything, UFC should do like some charity thing for this guy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Raise money, like a Kickstarter or like a GoFundMe or something.
No, just do a fight and donate whatever purse to this guy or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, 100%. There's got to be UFC, other independent wrestling promotions, whatever, man. Like, I know a lot of people have like come out and supported this guy, as they should. And it just sucks. It just sucks, man. But I had to start with that because that literally happened last night, and when I saw it, I was like, "This is insane. This is nuts. This is 2025. We're getting that's what." Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I heard people been saying, because I'm not familiar with that. I've heard people been saying that Grant is pretty much a meme at this point, that he always clowning his son.
Yes. Because
I saw a video where he clowns his son for eating some fat woman's ass. And his son was clearly not happy about it.
Yeah, no, this is the kind of stuff that happens on Kick, but this is the content. No, it's a thing. I don't watch his stream, but it's a thing where apparently him and his chat antagonize the kid and call him like a bitch and call him this and that. And so, when he did, that was part of his reasoning.
Yeah, but listen, the kid has to know. The kid has to know at some point that he's streaming and he's playing up to an audience, versus taking this shit too seriously and actually trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
If the kid is really like that, he should not be streaming at all.
No.
No, he's definitely mentally weak because they had.
Go ahead.
No, just saying the kid is definitely not mentally all there. You could tell he's very sensitive because in the video I saw right before we came on, they're like at a pool party and there was like two girls there talking to him and his son. I mean him and Rampage, and he's like, "Why every time I have a pool party, you always got to bring the fat ugly chick here?" and he kept clowning his son, and you could look at his son's face. His son had a terrible poker face. His son looked like he was embarrassed. He was not happy.
He's the P. Diddy stitches without the baby oil, says Dreadpool. There you go.
Oh, God.
Hey, maybe when he gets out in a few months, he'll invite him over. I don't know. Diddy will show him his lethal weapon.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, so hopefully he has a speedy recovery, and yeah, we wish him the best. And yeah, that was just a shit situation. So I just wanted to touch on that really quickly. Next thing I want to get into is this update on the Hulk Hogan stuff. This is kind of crazy. We talked about a little bit about this, about the surgery being botched, and about him having issues from that. But there's more that's going into this. So it says here that cause of death investigation. It says initially Hulk Hogan's death was reported as a heart attack at his home in Clearwater, Florida, following a 911 call at 9:51 a.m. on July 24, 2025. He was pronounced dead at 11:17 a.m. However, new details suggest possible medical malpractice. An occupational therapist present at Hogan's home reported that his phrenic nerve, which controls breathing, was compromised or severed during a recent surgery, possibly causing him to stop breathing. The Clearwater Police Department is still investigating due to the unique nature of the case, involving interviews with multiple witnesses and review of medical records. No foul play is suspected, but the investigation remains open, and body camera footage and 911 tapes are on lockdown. And it also says that there was an update. TMZ got an update of the autopsy and cremation status. Hogan's widow confirmed to TMZ on August 21st that an autopsy was performed, but results have not been disclosed. She also stated Hogan's body has not yet been cremated, despite his wishes for cremation, as the investigation continues.
The autopsy was only ordered after Bubba the Love Sponge, who's been breaking all this shit, which TMZ is picking up saying they broke it. He really broke it.
Yeah, he did.
Brooke Hogan called into his show.
An interview,
Right. Out of nowhere, she called. It wasn't planned. Like, he was just doing his show, and she called in, and he was shocked. They talked about everything.
She wanted fishy going on. Yeah.
She wanted the autopsy.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this whole thing is fishy because you had Bischoff and Jimmy Hart going out there saying, "Oh yeah, no, we just did karaoke with him. He's doing fine. He's running around. He's doing this and that." The guy's dead the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's being stretchered off, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, he died of a heart attack. Nothing to see here."
Yeah.
And then this guy called it out, and the kids want to know what the hell is going on. So that's what really blew this all open. And there's a lot more aspects to this that we're really not going to go into right here, right now. But there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with this whole thing.
Yeah, and in the article here, it just says this is about the Brooke Hogan stuff. It says Hogan had history of health issues, including AFib and chronic lymphatic leukemia, though Brooke Hogan questioned leukemia diagnosis, stating she was unaware of it despite being involved in his medical care during past surgeries. Just days before his death, Hogan's manager, Jimmy Hart, described him as being in phenomenal health, and his wife has denied rumors of him being in a coma. Adding to the shock of his sudden passing, speculation about his health has been rife with earlier rumors of complications from a May 2025 neck surgery. So and
freaking Bischoff went on Fox and Friends because Hogan couldn't make it. And go, "Oh yeah, no, he's doing great." The next day he's dead.
He's dead. Yep.
So what the fuck was that all about?
Yeah.
I know his name, Dreadpool. I think we all know his name
Hogan
at this
didn't
point.
want to look weak, apparently, they said.
What's up?
We all know Bubba's real name, Dreadpool.
Oh yeah.
We've covered that here before.
I can imagine though, like getting sick and being Hulk Hogan and having all these brands and things like that you're endorsing. Like, you're gonna try to hide every sort of sickness and thing that you have. Like, you're gonna tell everybody you're fine and do everything that you possibly can, and when you can't, like that's, remember when he came to the Hudson Valley and everybody had a hard time with him being there for a short amount of time or whatever it was. Like, you can't really even
it was like 2 months ago, right before he died.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even take that for granted because now you look back at it and you're like, well, maybe he was suffering from a lot of shit and he couldn't do as many things as he was doing. He's obviously being stretched out too thin.
Well, that's
that's
what the family's concerned about. Like, Brooke Hogan thinks that she didn't name names, but the assumption is, and again, assumption is that Bischoff overworked him with this beer schedule, and he was
the wrestling.
Promotion thing. After his last surgery, he was supposed to be home for 4 weeks. In 2 days, he was out promoting the beer.
Yeah, he was right back on the road.
Right. And that was something that shouldn't have been done. And, you know, Bubba the Love Sponge, whatever the fuck his name is, alludes to him having been on opioids for years, and he was trying to kick the habit. And he thinks maybe that could have played some sort of part in this whole thing. But there's a lot more factors. It goes beyond this that we won't get into because I don't want to bring shit up. But if you look online, there's a lot of other factors going on here, and they want to make sure that everything is good to go. But like I said, eventually, when he died, they locked everything up. They were like, all right, no, everything's good. That's it. Heart attack. Bye.
If more stuff comes out, eventually we'll do it very carefully, but we'll have to bring some of that stuff up. If some of that stuff is that they're like, it's all just alleging at this point. But if some of that stuff is true, we might have to talk about it eventually. But right now, it's all just speculation. No one knows for sure because, like you said, everything's on like lock and key. It's not. No one's talking.
Well, I'm glad. Listen to me. I'm glad for one thing because Harvey was good friends with Hulk Hogan. Harvey from TMZ.
Yes.
And they did that little documentary or whatever. I'm glad that he finally caught wind of this because this blew the doors open because everyone's covering it now. Long Crime on YouTube is covering it. Everyone's covering it, which is good because now it's putting everybody on notice like, we're watching you.
Yeah.
You better have some sort of an answer going on. And again, this isn't, we need to know what happened to Hulk Hogan. This is bullshit. This shouldn't happen to anybody.
Something's not adding up.
Something's not adding up. And this smells like a huge cover up. So
yes, people, and this is coming from people that are in the know with everything going on. Not like it's not just like fans speculating. This is coming from family. Like this is Brooke Hogan. This is other people. Like this is like, something is not adding up with what they're describing. So it's not like some fan conspiracy from a fucking thread on Twitter or some shit. This is real shit.
One thing though is, wouldn't you say though, prior to his death, if someone asked you about Brooke Hogan and Hulk Hogan prior to his death, what would you say?
That Brooke Hogan, there was rumors that Brooke Hogan didn't really have a relationship with him.
Exactly, that she was estranged from him and had been since the whole, his whole like racist thing and everything like that. Like he and her split and having information. No, just as like. I'm not talking to you anymore. We're not involved with each other.
Well,
that's what happened.
She said that her and her husband moved back to Florida to be closer to him because she was going with him to the hospital and got his blood results. That's why she was thrown off about this leukemia thing because she has his current blood test as of a few years ago. And she's like, this guy didn't have leukemia in his blood at the time.
Yeah, I know. Within the last few years. Yeah, within the last few years. They were slowly like getting back closer, but I know for a while there the relationship was
even towards the end it was still bad. It was good and it was bad.
I mean, she was there mostly for for support, like for medical shit.
They're saying once he met the current wife, she didn't really have a problem with the wife, but he decided to just choose to be with the wife and not really deal with Brooke.
Yeah. Which is more, again, we're not going to get into it.
And again, Brooke took herself out of the will, so she's not getting any money or anything out of this.
She was cut out of the will.
Well,
she took herself out.
She took herself out. She called the lawyer and took herself out.
She didn't want to deal with all the drama and all the other shit.
Right, but she wants to know what the hell happened.
Because the way she made it sound was that.
No, she said in the interview that she took herself out.
Yeah, she called the lawyer and she took herself out.
I thought she was taken out by somebody else.
No, she took her. She called the lawyer and took herself out.
Okay,
herself out. Yeah. So, but yeah, so again, thoughts and prayers, man. I hope we get answers, but it's crazy, man. It's nuts. I don't know. We might not ever get answers.
It doesn't really add up either. Like that she could call a lawyer and be like, take me out of the will. That's not how it works. You have to have the guy who writes the person that's in charge of the will is the person whose assets go out. So he would have to say, yes, take my daughter out of the will because she wants it. That's the only way it happens. Not I called the lawyer and told them, hey, take me out of the will. Doesn't work that way.
I mean, then maybe that's what I get. That's the way she phrased it. But I mean, she could have got herself taken out of the will. I mean, I don't know who she talked to. I don't know who is in charge of his shit. I don't know if it's the wife. I don't know if it's Jimmy Hart. I don't know who the fuck is in charge of his shit. But I mean, she called somebody who got in contact with somebody else who was in charge of the will and taken out of the will. At one point, she didn't, because there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of other shit. There was a lot of stuff going on. She didn't want to be involved, and she was just like, "Let me just, get out of there," because, and she was also, she didn't know who was going to have their hands on the money, because there was so many different people like in charge of his shit. She didn't know who was like how it was going to be divvied up. She didn't know any of that, and she just didn't want to deal with that shit. Because Hogan has
she said she didn't want the money because she didn't want Linda sniffing around.
Yeah.
So she would rather not have that money and she'd be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, when you can't actually verify any of this because the person that would verify this is dead, like, he could have just been like, "Oh, you don't want to talk to me anymore? I am taking you out of the will." And she could have been out of the will for a long time. Or she comes back and does those things for him and is there during that time period, and he puts her back in the will or says, "I'm going to put you back in the will." And she's like,
yeah, but here's the
"No,
thing.
I don't
She
want
gains
this."
no money from any of this right now at all. Even if there is a malpractice lawsuit, she can't get any money from it. The wife can.
I'm not saying she's doing it for like a monetary reason. Like, I'm saying that maybe she's covering up the fact that she was taken out of the will in the first place. You can't. There's no proof unless there's the document. You know what I'm saying?
Look, this everything here is speculation. No one knows. We don't fucking know. I'm just going off of what she said, and I'm going off of what we have in front of us and what the info we got. That's all I can do. I can. Yeah. I mean, again, it's maybe it comes out that she was just covering up for her dad, and maybe he did take her out of the will, but he didn't want to. She didn't want to make him look bad in the media. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll never find out. We might never find out about this shit.
I mean, I guess in the end, when it comes down to it, when a will is done out or whatever, and all the assets are given out, I think that you can, like, at the end of it, if you don't want it, you can do something about it. But like, have you ever heard about the things where people inherit like a house or something that they never wanted, and then they're stuck owning a house somewhere and stuff? So it's like, it's a hard thing to get around if you're still in it. So it's something that I think it gets kind of handled beforehand. But with him, you never knew if he was actually really, really sick or not, because he was doing all the things that he was doing. Like you guys are saying, I mean, it seems like that they were running him a little hard to do all these things, but I'm sure that also he was geared like that. Like, I can't imagine that they were like pressuring him. I bet you he was like, "Nah, brother, I could do this."
Yeah, but they should have told him, like, Hulk, you gotta listen to the doctor. Instead, they're like, "Oh yeah, let's go, Hulk." It's like, what are you gonna do? Like,
I mean, somebody like that, you can only tell them so much, and they're just gonna do whatever the hell they want anyways.
Yeah.
Like, look at Ric Flair. You look at all these guys. They're like the legend guys.
Ric Flair said he could be next.
They're from a time period where nobody could say anything to them, or they do whatever the hell they want, and they still do whatever the hell they want, and they're larger than life characters. So, and especially Hulk Hogan, he's even more larger than life than Ric Flair would be. So,
there's another component to this. His doctor is known as like the pill doctor, like the guy that writes everyone prescriptions, who actually wrote somebody a prescription who died a couple of years ago, and he's under investigation for that. So
he was already wow. Yeah.
Right.
He's already in hot water before this. Yeah.
And when Hogan passed away, the police didn't order an autopsy, like they didn't order anything. They were just like, "Oh no, he's gone. That's it. Goodbye."
Yeah. But I mean,
but now that this came out, they're like, "Oh, whoa, yeah, we're gonna order one. Like, we're gonna make sure it gets done." It's like,
yeah. Well, with the pill doctor thing is like, sure, yeah, like he was giving him a bunch of pills. He got addicted to opioids. Like, that's what happens when you have pain all the time and you're dealing with pain. If you're not careful, you can get addicted to opioids. But the thing is like, if this nerve thing is true, that has nothing to do with that guy. Like this is a surgery malpractice situation that like persisted through time. Maybe the use of pills could have onset like caused something to happen
That's what
while
they're
he had
saying.
the nerve issue
Yeah.
Yeah.
or whatever. But I mean, he'd have to have been taking them right along. You know, why
Yeah, it
would
was definitely a
why would
combination of different factors, 100%.
he
That
Well,
had
we're
to be
gonna
like,
find out from
I think this was like
whatever autopsy
a
they end up
cocktail.
doing.
I would say this is a cocktail of like maybe the possible nerve thing, the like the stress from steroids, the stress from overworking, the
yes,
doing things before or directly after surgery, supposedly having all these illnesses and also pushing yourself. Like it takes a lot to do that when you're sick. Like if you have hidden illness is tough. Like it's something that like people don't understand, but like there's so many people out there in the world that like have all these things wrong with them, but you look at them and you're like, oh, they seem all right, but it's like that's not how it is, and those people usually act like everything is fine.
yeah. So, yeah, man. Well, hopefully they get a, some sort of a, answer or something, man, because it's just, it's tough, bro.
Very strange.
It really is tough. Yeah.
It sounds shady.
Yeah, it's very shady. Sounds very weird. And yeah, I yeah, I don't know, man.
Who would think you watch this guy on TV for 40 years and this is how it goes out? The guy drops dead, and then it's like this big like conspiracy theory thing. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, no, it's fucking it's crazy. But yeah. So what do you want to talk about next, Perry? What do you?
the docket is literally in the fucking description. I had to look at it. You want to talk about Danhausen? Eli was dead wrong with all this Danhausen bullshit.
Sure.
Eli,
what's going on with Danhausen?
Eli told us last summer that Danhausen was released from AEW quietly.
Oh yeah.
Eli spent the weekend with this guy, and he told him all this shit. And I told everyone secretly. And guess what? We find out he's still under contract, and Tony Khan is holding him hostage.
So, okay, so I didn't see that. Tony Khan extended him because of injury time, right? Or
Right.
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, CM Punk keeps tweeting like Danhausen. So, obviously, he's going to WWE the minute he gets out. But, yeah. Tony Khan's trying to stop this guy. It's like, Tony Khan, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy's cutting people's heads off in fucking AEW, stabbing people with glass. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
I don't know how him paying somebody to not wrestle is financially.
You stopping a guy who you don't use?
Yeah. I mean, I get why injury time would be added if you were actually using somebody actively on TV.
Yes.
But this situation, you're not using the guy, so why don't you just release him? Because
how do you extend a jobber?
I don't know.
I read that WWE is very like into the like original character, and that they think that they can use the original character in their like funny segments, the things in between, have them wrestle sometimes, and then make a whole bunch of money off of merch.
I mean, if he wants to do that, if that's how they're describing it to him, and he wants to do that, then he should be able to go do that. The fact that he's being just like I don't know how that's financially feasible for Tony Khan, like at all. Like, let me pay this guy who I'm not using. Again, if this was fucking,
because he's fucking butthurt. That's why.
It's just like, I get you don't want the guy to go to WWE. Maybe that's it. I don't fucking know, but
I don't know. I'm saying if he is
fucking
extending
internet,
it for 2 years, I doubt that he wouldn't just like, how Tony Khan is. He's like, he's gonna look all over the internet. He's gonna see so many tweets that say, "Oh, you're holding this guy hostage. You're not using him." And then the next thing you know, he's gonna be on television, but only in these tiny little moments where they can fit him into any sort of pigeonholed thing. Here's a 6-man tag. Oh, Danhausen showed up from under the ring, or whatever the hell it is that they want to do to make it be like this matters, but it obviously doesn't. But you know he'll slap him in a few things and just placate part of the audience, and still people will complain. And then once Danhausen gets his chance to leave, he'll leave. And if he goes to WWE, he could. I'm sorry. If he goes to WWE, he could end up just being this big marketing thing. But even if he doesn't, he could go back to the Indies and probably make a decent amount of money.
Well, he's not holding him from the Indies. He's holding him from WWE because he knows they want him.
Now, if he's on AEW, if you're on AEW, can you work Indies like still? Like, is that like? Or
yeah, if he approves, Tony Khan approves them, like you're good to go. Yeah. And that's what he does for a lot of these guys he holds hostage. But still, it's just it's stupid. The whole thing is dumb. If you're not going to use him, get rid of him. It's not like he's a big guy, like you said, like a big draw or anything.
Yes, you could still work Indies.
Not that they have big draws anywhere over there.
There's honestly really no winning with the keeping or cutting wrestlers in the end. Like as in any promotion, when you're going to have a fair amount of people that are just devastated over the fact that their favorite wrestler got, even if it's not their favorite wrestler, there's going to be genuine people that are upset that one of their favorite wrestlers or a few of their favorite wrestlers got canned. But then there's going to be a whole bunch of people that just want to virtue signal and be like, how dare you fire people? Oh my God. Like, this is why AEW is better, or this is why WWE is better. It's all, I like this brand over this brand or whatever the hell it is. But in the end, like, it doesn't matter either way, because if you keep them on and you don't use this guy and he's been hurt, but you're holding them hostage now by extending his contract, and then it's like
Sony versus Xbox all over again.
But if they cut this guy, right? Say they cut this guy immediately, people would be like, "Oh, heartless! They just cut this guy. Now he's got to go." Like there'd be a bunch of people being like, "Never got his fair shot," and they cut this guy. Like there's always going to be someone to say this is bad. And same thing with WWE. Like I see all the time, people complain so much about Dakota Kai not being on WWE, and I'm like, I get it. She was good, but she got hurt all the damn time. Like you can only keep somebody on the roster for so long. Keep trying. And Triple H really wanted her to at least. It seemed like he did. I don't know. Who knows?
Bro, that girl looked like she was a 48-year-old woman, and she was younger than me.
They tried hard with her. They kept giving her a chance. The same thing with Nixon Newell, but she got hurt.
Gabe Newell too. He was wrestling.
Yeah. No, what was her name in WWE? Oh gosh,
I forget. I forget her name too.
Yeah, I can't think of her name, but she went. She went back to that. Whatever. She's not. She's having trouble even booking, I think, or something. So at this point, it's like, you like, I feel bad for that person. I feel bad for the people that can't get. Like,
are you talking about Tegan Knox?
Tegan Knox. There you go.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So she went. She went back to being Nixon Newell, and I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how long ago this. This was not too long ago, but I saw something on Twitter where it was her essentially saying that like she really can't like book things right now, and she's not like making money off of being a wrestler anymore, and it's like. That sucks. That's the real, like, that's who you should be mad about. Like, it's like, oh, this person should at least get booked in the indies and be able to, but like in the end, like these people, they get cut, like everyone's, I like Cross. I'm not saying he was my favorite or anything, but now that he's gone, he's on GCW immediately. He's going to get paid. Like these people aren't going to like be destitute. Like it's kind of like you're getting upset over nothing. More of just like, like you said, Xbox, PlayStation. It's just, I like AEW, and WWE is the corporate evil overlord. And then it's like, those idiots don't know what they're doing in AEW because blah, blah, blah.
If this was happening in WWE, I'd be saying the exact same thing. I think it just doesn't make any sense.
We said that. Remember that SmackDown era where Vince was just locking everybody up?
Yep.
And we were like, bro, just let them go. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
You could invest that money in newer talent. That's what Tony Khan should be fucking doing.
He literally had guys in the back that it was on record. They were getting paid like mid six figures to just sit in the back and not get used. Like they were getting paid like $300,000 to $400,000 a year just to chill. They weren't getting used. They were just in the back. Like everyone was like, "How the fuck are they like? What's the point? Like, what are you getting out of that?" Like it makes no sense. And this is back when there was no like competition at all. It was just like, just let them go to New Japan or some shit. Like we would be saying on the show all the time. It's just
how much money was fucking wasted. You know what I mean? Just by doing that.
Oh, millions. I
would say during that time period, though, I feel like maybe this is because there wasn't like as much of a social media thing or anything like that. But like, it really wasn't social media, right? What period are you talking about?
This was we're talking about the show,
right when like AEW like started up.
Okay, so during that time, okay, so even then the social media was pretty going or whatever. But I feel like you had less people being like, "Oh, I would be so much better if this place would actually use me," or if like people complaining on the internet, like wrestlers complaining about their current booking on the internet, and obviously showing their discontent, leading to them going to another place. You would read about it, but you wouldn't, like, most people weren't like sabotaging their already kind of failing wrestling.
I didn't realize this guy left. Hang on, let me fix the screen. Go ahead, you keep talking.
Well, also it's like when it first started happening, like even a few years before that, people would use social media, wrestlers would, to try to get themselves over, whatever the case may be. Then they come to find out that Vince didn't like that. Vince wanted to be the one to get you over. He didn't want you to get yourself over.
Remember when Vince McMahon banned Twitter because he didn't get it, and then he had Twitter classes like a month later?
Yeah, and then everybody was
idiot.
And then 6 months later, they were furthering storylines on Twitter, like with people tweeting at each other.
Right, and then they didn't even bother using half of those.
So I do have this blind spot. I've talked about it before, of like 2006 to 2012 or 13, something like that, where like I just didn't really watch wrestling. Like, I kind of did. I'd pop in here or there, but it really wasn't like on my radar. So I'm just going by what I remember, and what I'm saying is it just feels so much more like the guys in the back that were getting paid hundreds of thousands or getting paid all this money, weren't like, "Oh man, this really sucks." I mean, sure, they were like, "This really sucks. I'd love to be wrestling," but I don't think that they were like beating themselves up over getting paid.
No, they weren't. They weren't. No, they weren't. I mean,
everybody wants to be on TV. Everybody wants to be a star. But in the end, would you rather be sitting in the back getting paid a lot of money, or sitting at home getting paid nothing?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I mean, especially back then, there was no other alternative at the time. So it's like, 100% like that. You could make that money at least, So it's
and that's what I mean now, because now you have, not only do you have the like AEW, but you also have all these other indie promotions with social media footprints that like you can go to, and people are going to be like, "Oh look, like GCW. Oh look, holy shit, like Crosses at GCW." Like people, you leave one of the big ones, and you can immediately kind of like prop yourself up on the fact that you left the big ones and go to, Cody kind of like did the like
Cody set the
he like kind of like drew the roadmap in a way of like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna build myself up." Now, sure, he did it a weird way by like the whole making AEW with them and then leaving that, but like the going out and doing the indie
Drew
thing
McIntyre is another one.
Yes, exactly. The people
Drew
that
McIntyre.
like that are a certain level, and they can't break over the top, and they don't feel like they're going anywhere. They leave and they make themselves into something, and they come back. And now it's less of that, and it feels more of like, well, they're not treating me right here, I'll go to the other one.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. It was a we didn't do when we last did a show. They didn't announce that WrestlePalooza show, did they?
No, but they did 2 ECW shows in a matter of a month. They did NXT Heatwave, which is the old ECW Heatwave name, and now they're doing
using
WrestlePalooza, which will be the first show on the ESPN network. Which they could kiss my big fat white ass because I am buying that shit.
Well, we talked about.
I heard that shit sold out already
for WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think when we last did a show, they announced they were going to do a show in September, but they didn't announce the name. There was nothing else about it. Because we were talking about them competing with AEW and them wanting to go head to head with AEW. So this show is WrestlePalooza. It's gonna be in Indianapolis. Yeah, apparently the show already sold out.
John Cena's last match, right?
Well, no, it's gonna be No,
John Cena's last match is Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, that's gonna be in December. This is
Don't worry though, his speech won't get cut off because it's gonna be on Peacock.
Yeah.
Goldberg was right again.
September 20th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. And there's only one match. Well, the match hasn't even been announced, but it says John Cena is going to be in action against a performer he hasn't wrestled in over a decade, and that's going to be Brock Lesnar, because the last time they fought was in 2014.
Oh yeah, that's the match. Yeah, it's Lesnar versus him at WrestlePalooza.
Yeah. So that's essentially what.
That's such a shitty name. I even hated it when ECW used it.
Yeah, it's a weird name.
It's like a bootleg WrestleMania type thing.
Well, it sounds like somebody
it's literally Lollapalooza with wrestle added in front of Lala instead of Lala.
But also it's like it just sounds like something like if I had like a backyard like wrestling federation, like I would make up that name, like just diddling in my notebook.
Yeah.
Wait, is it worse than Great Balls of Fire? Is it worse than
yes,
Great Balls of
it
Fire?
is.
Is it worse?
I don't think it is.
Come on, Great Balls of Fire. Let's go. Lesnar main evented that one too.
Capital
Listen,
Punishment.
if you're gonna mention Great Balls of Fire, I have to say that shit is a dope pay-per-view. I really like that pay-per-view. I liked every match in that pay-per-view. I loved watching Alexa beat Sasha. So
that was the thing. That wasn't a bad pay-per-view. The name was just terrible. The name was really
terrible
bad.
name.
Yeah, but no, there was
Wait, what was the main event of that pay-per-view?
I don't even fucking remember. That was oh god, you're gonna.
I think that was back when Braun Strowman was fighting Roman Reigns. I might be wrong about that.
Or was it 2017? The main event was Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. That's why I fucking blacked it out of my head. Where Brock Lesnar beats. That was when Samoa Joe should have won the Universal title.
We covered that show on this thing.
So
yes,
so
and
what
I was
were the
so
other matches?
Heath Slater versus Kurt Hawkins, Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in the ambulance match.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Sasha and Alexa. Yeah. The big Cass Enzo Amore feud.
Oh god.
These were dark times, people.
Yeah, Enzo, I don't everybody says shit about Enzo. He was like one of the hottest people going at one period.
Enzo, I loved Enzo when they did the heel stuff with him in the cruiserweight division. I fucked with that.
Yeah.
I fucked with that. Yeah. Because he was just like, man, all these guys are doing all this flips and shit. He's like, fuck all this shit, bro. I'm about to just fucking punch all these motherfuckers in the face. Like, I just liked his heel persona there. I thought his heel promos were good. It's a shame all that shit happened with him, but Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins, so I remember not hating the show. I did not like that ending to that Brock Lesnar. That was when me and Perry were begging for them. Samoa Joe's the most over guy in the company. Put the title on him, and they didn't because they had to keep it on Brock. And I'm like, it was so annoying. That was back when Samoa Joe was cooking Brock on the mic every week on Raw. He was just putting on promo clinic after promo clinic. He was having great matches, and this match was good it was just like, dude, why can't you just put the? It was just, I don't know, bro. Like Vince would have me
Like
smacking
it
my
was
head.
like that always felt like one of the like this is obvious, this is never gonna happen thing. Like I was kind
Yeah,
of shocked that they gave him the NXT title in the first place when they did, but I'm like, no, that makes sense. He should have that. But I figured he'd be like U.S. champ or Intercontinental champ. I mean, not that I don't think he is a champion worthy guy. I just never thought he would be, especially in Vince's era.
well, they did the
Champion.
same thing again with Brock Lesnar, but against Braun Strowman. Nearby with that, Braun was the hottest guy in the company. We were saying, man, it'd be nice to see something new.
Until
Just put
until
title
the
on
night he
fucking guy.
forgot his lines on live TV.
And then they just didn't have Brock Lesnar drop it to him. And I'm just like, it was this guy was constantly for the first like 6 months he was on TV, the hottest baby face in the fucking promotion. He wasn't even a baby face, and he was getting baby face pops. Like he was insanely over. And then they just had Brock beat him too many times and no one cared anymore.
Well, now
So
we
it
know
was just
why,
they,
because he was sharing his girlfriends with Brock. That's why.
yeah, which is so it's just so annoying to me. It's
Well, now we know the
but
truth. That's why he had the belt for 3
yes,
years and didn't lose it.
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, WrestlePalooza is happening. We'll talk about it more once it gets announced. But John Cena will be facing. They haven't announced it yet, but Brock Lesnar. But yeah.
Oh, did you guys at all talk about like Triple Mania or anything like that
No,
before? Oh,
no.
that was
Is that
pretty like I watched it like not because I've never really gotten into it or whatever, but I watched it for during the I watched like the last few matches of it, and I mainly watched the like championship, the AAA Mega Championship match.
yeah, I heard it was a
And
really good show. I heard it was a good show, but
the
um,
like I was really good. I really enjoyed it. Mysterio was over as hell, man.
yeah. Now the thing is, the thing I did hear about that was they were constantly chanting for Del Rio there, and to the point where I think Ray even like mentioned it, like I'm gonna have a talk with him or something, and I'm like, I mean, they almost made it their mission to not bring Del Rio over when they bought AAA. Like,
I
everybody
thought they
was saying
fucking released him.
So yeah,
I think they did. I
they
think
did. They did from what
yes,
I heard.
but
But
apparently
so
there's
the
been a
thing I
lot of
also
because he's super over there. So in Mexico, there's like a lot of backlash from the Mexican fans that want him in the promotion because he was super over there. But WWE, he obviously burned too many bridges in WWE.
Well, yeah, he said Triple H had no dick or something, right?
He said a lot of shit, and also the all the outside the ring stuff too. He's gotten himself in since he's been gone. They don't want to deal with that, even though they put that stuff aside for Brock, but they don't want anything to do with Alberto Del Rio and the baggage he brings. With
so here's what I heard about the fans and the like the like why the fans are the way they are for the AAA promotion is from what I heard is that they've really turned on Vikingo, El Vikingo,
yes,
and
yes,
and Patron was kind of like his foil for a while. Like they were going, I
yes.
think they wrestled like a bunch of times. He's like essentially supposed to be like the main antagonist for him.
That
I
was the
feel like
main feud right before WWE bought them.
it,
So it was like
so
recent.
it feels like everybody wanted like most people kind of turned on Vikingo. Some of it probably has to do with his, either maybe he's being overpushed. They think maybe it's because he goes to
They said it was from what
AEW.
I read, it was the Cena effect where he was being shoved down their throats, quote unquote.
Super Vikingo. Okay.
Yeah.
But like they have turned on him, and now instead of him, they would rather have Patron there because they've already grasped on to his antagonist. Like it's
Yeah.
hard. Well, like even if he is a piece of garbage, if you hate somebody and then you have this other guy that's constantly trying to beat him, even if it's the bad guy, at some point you're just gonna get attached to that person.
Exactly.
And he portrays a lot of like what you'd think is like the cool guy, like that sort of thing, just like he did when he was in WWE.
Yeah.
So I can see why he's popular or whatever. WWE's not going to bring him back. I doubt it. I mean, if they do, I mean, that's some interesting stuff there.
Crazier things have happened, man. All I'm saying is that, like, I don't think they will either. I mean, because they literally went out of their way to make sure, like, they were like, this guy's not coming back. Like, because at the time
Vince
he
was
was
in charge. If Vince was in charge, I would say sure. I don't know if this current regime of people are going to be like, yeah, we should bring that guy.
No, I think TKO was like, no, we're not dealing with that. We already got enough shit. I mean, again, they brought back Brock, even though he wasn't involved directly. It's not his thing, but they did bring back Brock. But at the end of the day,
He's
there was a lot
bigger, way bigger. Like, I mean, it was like,
yeah, way bigger, and also, he had cases directly involving him. Del Rio did, like legit, like I won't go into it, but we covered some of that stuff when it happened. Crazy stuff. So again, no, I don't think any like charges were filed or he was found guilty. I don't know. I think there might be like an open case still in Mexico or something like that. But it just I don't think they just don't want to. They made it their mission to not involve him. Like he was the champion. And remember we talked about it, Perry, on here when they bought AAA. I was like, if they do know Del Rio's the champion, like what the fuck are they gonna do? And then literally like a week later, he dropped the title.
Right.
and then he was released. So it was like, yeah.
So the whole like AAA thing, like I know I also noticed when in watching that championship match that like El Grande Americano is super freaking over in Mexico. Like they were chanting his name. They were like he would do something.
I saw
like,
that.
And that's Ludwig Kaiser now, and he's like he comes out and he sings like a Spanish song, like in Spanish perfectly, and like he's embodied that character so well, like just as a replacement for Chad Gable, that it's so funny that like he feels like he's more over now as this character than he was as like Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah.
And like I said, in Mexico they were flipping out over him.
You see, what I would do is when Chad Gable's cleared, you do El Grande versus El Grande, mask versus mask. You got to do it.
They probably will, and they should. I mean, they had that whole segment in AAA where they all came out, and it was obviously like one of them. I think was one of Julius Creed. And then it was so they all kind of were like around the ring wearing the El Grande outfits. And I don't know if you saw before when leading into it, Dragon Lee was in the ring and Dominic came in with a mask and beat him up and then took the mask off. And the reaction was like it was like a freaking Stone Cold pop. It was a crazy reaction.
Dom, I'm happy for Dom, man. Dom's gotten like I'm just happy he's really evolved as a character, and it's like cool to see him evolve as a worker and stuff like that, like in real time, like honestly, and like how over he's gotten, and just the reactions he gets. He's like I'm happy for the kid because he's really good.
Listen, before this all ends, we need Iguana Man versus Goldust.
Bro, I fuck with Iguana Man. I fuck with Iguana Man.
He's got to fight Goldust.
Bro.
Did you see that whole thing with Balor having a puppet against the Iguana? And it was fucking crazy. There's some crazy shit going on in AAA.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what was going on in AAA. I saw Iguana Man. I'm like, I'm in. I don't know what the fuck this dude is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know who the I don't give a fuck who the champion is. I fuck with this guy. Right. And they started selling his merch immediately, I think, on WWE.
Yeah, the $30 iguana. That was $5 on Amazon.
that Fanatics upcharge, bro. You got to get the Fanatics upcharge. Oh my god, bro.
We're seeing like Omos, and then like the little lucha guy, the micro lucha. I don't know what the hell is his name. Shit.
Yeah, that dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was just like launched. They just launch that guy all the time. I've seen him. That was like one of the things I'd see about AAA on the internet, where it'd be like, "Oh, we're launching this little person in lucha outfit."
Yeah,
just like toss him out of the ring. It's crazy.
Yeah, 3'3" Micro Man.
Micro Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Standing next to Omos.
Omos. That's fucking.
Well,
crazy.
listen.
If they brought Omos back from Japan to like have him be a AAA and have a AAA run and do some cool things there, then I'm okay. Like I was like, damn, I can't believe they brought Omos back from Japan because he was killing it in Japan. Because in Japan when some giant shows up, they're like, yeah, let's push the hell out of this guy. So like he was doing really well, and I'm like, oh, it's good for him. And then they call him back, and he's not doing anything. But him showing up in AAA, I mean, if they're going to use him there and feature him, then I'm like, good for him because I mean, he's not, he's gigantic. So you want to use the giant guy to be a giant. It's kind of hard to do that in WWE because then you can't have him face the guys that are the champs because then it kind of like ruins all the top tier guys. Kind of like have to beat him. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to use that guy unless you win all the time.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but yeah, so yeah, that's some of the stuff from AAA. I mean, be interesting to see what they do with the AAA brand as a whole. I mean, it's gonna
I like that they put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
you didn't have to watch it on pay-per-view. You just watch it on YouTube, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was cool.
I don't know if that's going to continue now. I don't know. Are they involved with?
I fucking hope so. I don't want to watch bull riding on their fucking channel. You go to WWE's YouTube channel, it's bull riding and shit now.
Oh my god.
Fuck that shit. Put this AAA stuff on. I'll watch it.
The only thing I like WWE that they put out like on YouTube besides AAA stuff is WWE Vault channel. That channel.
Yeah, it's nice to see footage from 20 years ago that they didn't release ever.
Yep. You even see stuff from like when it was like WrestleMania. They put out like old like
WrestleMania 2000. Were they showing everything?
Interviewing the fans and stuff like that.
Dude, they had from Survivor Series 2002 when I went. They showed all the behind the scenes stuff. We never saw that stuff. Not even on the DVD. No.
That's really cool that they're putting that stuff out there.
Was that MSG Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, that was there. I was there.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Shawn Michaels. I still have some pieces of that gold confetti.
Yeah, I didn't take the confetti, but yeah, that was HBK1 with his little Jesus pants instead of the fucking heartbreak pants.
I also saw prior to that I went to see that match with him and Triple H. I think it was the Royal Rumble with him and Triple H, where that was when he was wearing his jeans. But like I think it was, or maybe it was SummerSlam.
I was at the 08 Rumble with Cena. Yeah, you went to SummerSlam because that was a street fight.
Yeah,
I went the night after SummerSlam. I went to Raw the next night, where you thought Shawn Michaels came out, but it was really Triple H dressed as Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were all cheering, and then he like took his fucking wig off, and we were like, "Boo, fuck you."
Yeah. But yeah, no, the WWE Vault
they had
channel
they had shit from ECW One Night Stand. They had people, they interviewed a shit ton of people outside the building.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you waited 20 years to release this shit just for a couple of guys saying we're happy ECW's back. God damn. Well, we can't have the fans see that.
I do want to get into, I almost forgot about this. I do want to get into the Chris Jericho stuff.
Oh, perfect. Because I have photos for that.
Okay, cool.
This fucking guy.
I'm sure Perry's super positive about Chris Jericho. And
well, here's the thing.
Oh, we're all waiting for this. We're all waiting for it.
I'm just giving the news. I have no opinion whatsoever on this. I'm just giving what the people are talking about.
Oh, you're going to have an opinion.
Well, apparently Chris Jericho's future with AEW is uncertain from what people are saying.
That's why he's been off TV.
Well, yeah, he's been absent from AEW programming since mid-April, following the loss of the Ring of Honor Championship to Bandito at the Dynasty pay-per-view. On the next episode of AEW Dynamite, Jericho was written off television after walking out on his learning tree stable. Jericho is still under contract through the end of 2025 with AEW, with several months remaining on his deal. However, there are no confirmed plans for his return to AEW television, and creative discussions regarding his character have been minimal, with Jericho typically working directly with AEW President Tony Khan in his storylines.
Yeah, he directly worked with him to ruin his company.
Yeah. Reports indicate that his former stablemates Big Bill and Brian Keith are no longer listed internally as part of the learning tree. Suggesting the storyline has been
they're locked up.
phased out.
That's it.
Speculation about Jericho's future has intensified due to his absence and notable Instagram interaction where he liked a post suggesting he could return to WWE after his AEW contract expires in December.
And you know what happened the day after he liked that post? WWE posted on their YouTube channel Chris Jericho versus Roman Reigns
on the vault.
Yeah.
I did see that on the vault. This has fueled rumors of a potential WWE return, with some WWE sources indicating significant interest from active talent and other wrestlers in the company, though no creative discussions have occurred in WWE.
Of course they haven't. He's still under contract.
Yeah. AEW insiders, however, believe he may not return, with some speculating a WWE appearance, possibly as a Royal Rumble surprise in 2026.
Yeah, Tony Khan's naive if he thinks he's just going to make an appearance.
It says, Jericho's hiatus initially coincided with a tour for his band Fozzy, which has since concluded, and he has also worked TV projects during his time away.
Captain Catch, what's up?
Despite his availability, particularly on Wednesdays when they filmed Dynamite, both Jericho and AEW seem to be mutually content with his break, with no immediate plans for his return. His recent appearance at Crusher Fest in Milwaukee was on May 31st, 2025, honoring wrestling legend The Crusher, but it was unrelated to AEW programming. So there's a lot of talk that he might be on his way out. That was the talk beforehand, and then he liked that post, which fueled the rumors even more. And then they put up stuff on the Vault channel, which fueled rumors even more. But some people in WWE feel like he could come back. I always saw, even when originally me and Perry both said him going to AEW was a good thing when we first started out.
Right.
We were on record as saying
we didn't know he was become a fucking lunatic over there.
And it was also important for them to have like an established veteran on TV that people recognize, like, hey, I know that guy.
Right.
Like, because the casual fan might not know the Young Bucks or whoever the fuck. So originally we were like, on with that. Then even AEW fans themselves got sick and tired of Jericho and the learning tree, and even the diehard AEW fans were like, "Get this old fuck off my TV!" like it was true. That's what they were saying.
Well, he gained, dude. He was like fucking 350 pounds. This guy became a fat slob, and he's wrestling like that.
Well, that's the thing. When he first went to AEW, he was like in really good shape. He
right.
lost a lot of weight. He was like. And then I think he just stopped. He got a bag and stopped caring.
No, but they turned to him from before.
What?
Oh, I think he's delayed a bit.
He
I think
disappeared.
he said they turned on him like earlier.
Yeah. All right, hello, Milkman.
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think you were just delayed a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say they kind of turned to him when they first started teasing Sammy Guevara turning babyface, because the crowd chose Guevara over him, I remember, in 1 or 2 seconds.
Well, they should. They were building fucking top talent over there.
Yeah.
But this guy, let me tell you something.
And then all of a sudden, they just put the kibosh on that feud for whatever odd
reason. Of course, because it made
them
Jericho look bad. Again. That's why.
Yeah.
This guy, Jericho, let me tell you something. He went to AEW with good intentions, okay? I don't know what the fuck happened. This guy went over there. He fucked up that whole locker room. He fucking blamed everyone else for his bullshit. He put himself over with the boss. I mean, this guy fucked up that whole company. And now he wants to go to WWE. And I don't know how he fucking convinced the boss to let him out of his contract to go to WWE. Because look at Danhausen. They're fucking keeping this guy on the sidelines. You can't tell. You know, Chris, you've been overweight the whole fucking 5 years I've been here. I'm going to keep you on here and keep you on a diet. You're going to make up that whole 5 years, buddy. Come on.
All right, but let me ask you this, though.
What is Guevara doing currently? Like you guys?
Because he's been buried by Jericho. It was over. It was over right then and there.
Oh, no, he's tag team champion right now with Dustin Rhodes, ROH tag team champion.
Okay.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
And but I'm curious though, when Jericho returns, would you have him interfere and have him screw over CM Punk and do that feud?
I wouldn't have him anywhere near CM Punk.
Punk and Rollins is the match.
Because you know he's going to try to antagonize him.
Have him and Punk do a match.
Let me tell you something.
I'm
going to tell you one thing right here, right now. I'm going to tell you one thing right here, right now. Triple H doesn't like Chris Jericho. He never did, and he never will. He will pick CM Punk over Chris Jericho if it comes down to it.
Yeah, I agree.
I always thought that Chris Jericho would end up he would end his career in WWE. I thought eventually
we all did. We all knew he was going to go back for the Hall of Fame and all that horse shit.
But that was back when Vince was still there, because him and Vince had a good relationship. He always talked about.
Well, he tried kissing his ass too. He went to all these Metallica concerts with him and shit.
He doesn't have the best relationship with Triple H. So if Vince was still there, I would say you'll see him back. Because Vince, it would have Vince the final say. But the fact that Vince is not there, I think it's a long shot. Could it still happen? Sure. Again, like I say, crazier things have fucking happened. I don't fucking know.
Oh, they'll sign him, and then I guarantee you, after they do the Hall of Fame and the WrestleMania, they'll bench him for a year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, the guy. Was he now? Was he 54 now? What is it? What is Chris Jericho? He's in his 50s, right?
No.
I believe so. Yeah, 54 or 56. I think it's 54 or 56.
I gotta think that they sign him short term. They have him do like a couple, do like the sort of John Cena thing, maybe shrunk down. Give him a couple matches, prop him up a little bit and have him go out, and then you retire him. Give him the Hall of Fame.
Have Lesnar beat him a bunch of times.
I think he's definitely fighting CM Punk. They're playing off that real life feud with Punk. They're definitely going to do that.
Punk wants anything to fucking do with this guy. This guy's a loser. This guy fucking got him thrown out of the company. Let me tell you something, okay? You guys think that this is fucking a joke or funny or whatever.
Exactly why they're going to do the match.
But here's the thing. This guy, CM Punk, was helping fucking get these young guys over, and this guy jumped in and went, you're a cancer here. Who the fuck is the cancer? You're putting yourself over on fucking TV. Well, I lost all these young guys, but I'm still on TV every week, and they're not. Yeah, you sure put them over, Chris. You fat fucking slob.
CM Punk will put his convictions over for money and making money and doing good.
Not if this guy's trying to connive and stab him in the back again.
They can't. He can't. What is he gonna do? He's gonna be brought back for like a little.
He might be. Oh, Triple H. He really hit me in the ring.
He's not gonna have any power. He's not gonna have any power. If they bring him back, he's gonna come back, and it's gonna be kind of like a fair.
I hope they fucking job him out. Who's the fucking worst wrestler on that show? Who? Who's the worst wrestler in WWE?
Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah. Oh yeah. LA Knight. Have LA Knight fucking end his career. That would be awesome. A guy that's never going to be world champion ends a guy that's world champion.
LA.
I mean, I don't agree with your LA Knight hate, but I do think that would be a good thing to have LA Knight beat Chris Jericho in the end of some sort of.
They're going to have LA Knight beat Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho's going to retire, and they're going to fucking fire LA Knight that Monday night on Raw. And that's how it wraps up.
Well, that's the thing, is that I'm pretty much, I don't want to see Chris Jericho anymore. I don't want to see Chris Jericho anymore. Really,
me neither. I'm so happy he's not on WWE, and now I have to worry about him going back. Hey, you really want people not to subscribe to ESPN? You bring in Chris Jericho. Hey, why don't you bring him back, but put him in the UFC? Let him try to cause trouble over there. You see what happens.
Chris Jericho more than Kevin Owens?
No.
Yes, I do. So listen to me. Put Jericho in AAA. Have him wrestle the fucking Iguana Man. Have Iguana Man beat him every time.
Oh yeah, I know. I should have known that.
Have that fucking midget guy beat him.
Well, yeah.
Micro Man beats Chris Jericho.
Micro Man beats Chris Jericho.
Well, here's the thing. If they did something where he came back and he had one final match at Mania, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, fuck him. He's not even worth the fucking spot at WrestleMania.
But
have R-Truth beat him in a fucking 24/7 match at WrestleMania. There you go.
I think you're pushing it there. I get you don't like him. I get that.
He fucked up AEW. He literally fucked up AEW.
He can fuck. That still doesn't take away the fact that what he's done in wrestling and how long he was really good wrestling.
Chris Jericho had some great match. Don't get me wrong. Chris Jericho had some great matches.
Yeah, he had great matches when he was 200 pounds. The guy's fucking 800 pounds now. He's off TV. You know why he's off TV right now? Because he's taking a shit ton of steroids so he could be ripped when he goes to WWE. We all know that's what he's doing.
He's also 50-something years old. So, of course, that happened. You pretend like you didn't like him for the first like 15 to 20 years of his career. I get that he sucks now, but you can't just suddenly throw out everything he's ever done beforehand and go, oh, well, he sucks now. Well, there's no reason for him to ever come back and have any sort of farewell or retirement. That's bullshit because he was good. He was awesome at one point. Like, I don't like him now. I don't want to see him on
Then why
TV.
don't we bring back Vince Russo? Let's bring back Vince Russo and let him book Raw from WrestleMania for another 2 years.
That makes sense.
That makes sense because the guy fucked up WCW. Let's just bring him back and have him fuck the company up now.
All right, but let me ask y'all though.
Obviously, the most perfect comparison, Perry. You always pick the most perfect comparison.
Chris Jericho fucked up AEW. It doesn't matter what you think. It's the truth. He fucked the whole company up.
I never said he didn't. I'm just telling you that he did way more before any of that.
So did Vince Russo. He booked the Attitude Era. You know how much money they made?
Yeah, but the stuff that
not the same thing.
Yeah, no,
it's the same shit. He had success at one point. This guy had success.
I don't. I think it's a bit of a stretch.
When you
don't think Vince
tell me
Russo
about
had
the wrestling,
success?
tell me about the Wrestling Writers Hall of Fame. When you do the Wrestling Writers Mount Rushmore, tell me about how you rank that and how important that is to anybody else, even people that like wrestling, Perry. You're comparing things that don't actually compare. You do that shit all the time.
Russo had success in WWF. He goes to WCW, fucked up WCW. Jericho had success in WWF, goes to AEW and fucks it up.
Yep, that's it. That's what I was getting at. That makes sense. You completely erases the fact that Jericho was any good at any point.
Where they fucked up with Jericho and AEW was giving him that much power creatively. Like the fact that he was able to book himself.
Well, here's the thing with him. He knew better. He knew better not to fuck with the boss. He could have said, hey, you know what, Tony? We should pick these guys. These are the guys we should push. We should do this and that. Instead, he went, hey, Tony, you know what? I'm better than that guy. I'm better than this guy. And if anybody else comes in that gets more money than me, I'm going to fuck that guy over. Oh, you do what you want, Chris. And he fucking did. Nobody's watching that fucking show anymore. You got one person watching that show. His name is Jesus Chico. Nobody else watches that shit.
They let it go for too long. They let him have importance for too long. But I think in the beginning they kind of had to, because I don't.
Yeah, we all agree. That's fine.
We talked.
But once they started bringing other people and he started getting all fucking jealous and butthurt, it's like there's no reason for you to do that. You're getting paid out the ass. You're good.
Yeah. No,
I never argued that he got stale and annoying in AEW. I also never argued that he looked out of shape in AEW. And he still is out of shape. And you know me, I don't like fucking old people coming back all the time. I fucking hate that shit. So I'm not saying that I love it. What I'm saying is if you do it for all these other people that fucking do terrible shit all the time, then they should fucking bring like he should have his little I'm back in WWE. I got a Legends contract afterward, whatever. And he gets his chance to talk shit. And he gets like that should happen. Like it should and what I'm saying is and what Milfman was saying is that it's big business and it will make people care more about a Chris Jericho match, which is hard to have. Like you're mostly basing these Chris Jericho matches on nostalgia. Oh, he's back in WWE, people care. It's only going to last a certain amount of time, and it's going to turn into AEW where you're like, this guy is way past his prime. And that's going to happen quickly. So having him fight a guy who has some actual legitimate animosity, like Milfman said, makes absolute sense.
Oh, it does make sense.
They're going to bring it right to Punk, and they're going to be like, are you okay with this? And Punk is going to play ball. You know why? Because he knows it makes money. And that's my point. You went on this like crazy, like, oh, I'm going to destroy Chris Jericho. I get it. You don't like him. He ruined AEW, but that he should still get what he gets. And I'm just,
he's going to get what he gets.
Yeah.
Triple H is going to fucking nail that motherfucker to the cross. You watch. You thought Goldberg getting cut off was something? This motherfucker is going to get a fucking 2 count. It's going to go off the air.
Yeah. That's funny.
I don't think like Triple H is going to book him to beat anybody important.
No.
I just see it as like he probably has a few that.
Imagine if he books Punk to beat Chris Jericho over and over and over again, and Jericho just walks out. He pulls a Jeff Jarrett and just fucking leaves.
I can't see it. I think Jericho will.
Let me ask you this though: do you bring Chris Jericho back as a heel or babyface?
He's gonna come back as a babyface.
Yeah, he's gonna get a huge pop when he comes back. Now, will they turn him after that? I don't know, but he's gonna get a huge pop.
Well, if he comes in the Rumble, like Sean is saying, it would make sense because if Punk is supposed to win the Rumble.
So you don't.
What if he's one of the final four and people are like, oh fuck? What if this comes down to him and Punk at the end of the Rumble? And people are like, holy fuck, these guys hate each other. And here we go. And that's where they turn Jericho in the same match.
He screws Punk though. That's how you could bring him in as a heel.
You could also have him come in and do.
That's how you could bring him back as a heel, is if he screws Punk.
No, you have somebody else run out right at the end and screw Jericho.
Bring him back as a heel.
You don't even need to. You have him come out and do the like, I'm back. Everybody cheers. Blah blah blah. He acts good for like.
Yeah, and then he turns at the end of the Rumble,
and then he completely just destroys the crowd, the original crowd, on a big show that he premieres at, and immediately is a heel because he's like, oh, I don't give a shit about you that cared about me being back. I don't care. I'm back because of myself, and I'm a selfish, like that way. You don't have. I don't really feel like you actually have to have him screw somebody over. You could just have him be a piece of shit to the crowd, like immediately when they're being really happy he's there, because everybody wants to cheer the person that comes back and is like, remember Chris Jericho, and then he's like shitting on your cheers. Like makes people get pretty agitated pretty quickly. I think that could work, but yeah, you could have him screw somebody over.
What if he gets no reaction to David R?
They do that shit all the time, though. You know what I mean?
Clown says,
like, oh, he screwed him over.
Well, he's an ass clown. Fuck him.
They screwed him over.
Yeah. And I'm glad I got my AI images of him petting a walrus.
Oh God.
Is there anything else we didn't cover?
It was Vince McMahon's 80th birthday.
Yeah,
he went out to dinner with JBL, Undertaker, R-Truth, and John Cena. All his boyfriends were there.
What a fucking.
I'm not surprised at John Cena. I'm not surprised at all about John Cena.
Cena's been like the one person vocally that has not spoken ill against him. Like
Sheamus was there as well.
Sheamus,
of course, Sheamus had to kiss his ass.
And I forgot who else was there.
That's going to be his new federation. You know that? All those guys that were there,
Undertaker.
They're all going to join the McMahon Federation.
Cena just he like dances around like he's like, I do anything that's involved his blah blah blah. Like I don't really condone anything of that nature, and this thing. He has like a very like publicist.
Yeah, because Cena's done all that shit. We all know it.
Well, I won't put that. I want to allege that. I want to allege that on.
No, his wife said it. His fucking wife said. His wife said that she had to sign an NDA because there's shit that she can never talk about that happened between them, which led to the divorce, because she said it would ruin his image with the kids. We all know what it was. He cheated. He cheated on her like crazy.
Okay, if he cheated on her, yeah, that's bad. You shouldn't do that. But that's also not to the extent of what Vince is being alleged. Like that's
I didn't say it was the same thing. I just said,
yeah, yeah.
Not a comparison.
It's I mean, it doesn't shock me. He did all like the people come out. People still like Vince. It's a lot of the wrestlers still do like Vince. So
he shit on everyone's head, says David R.
In the end, like he's the guy that made these guys. Like Cena, like isn't anywhere without becoming Cena in WWE, and the way he does that is by Vince being like, "You're the guy." So like, no matter what happens in this, there's still going to be a lot of loyal people to him because he built them up. Like they were just regular sort of nobodies, or athletes or whatever, trying to be like wrestlers. And you can only go so far without having the main guys be like, you're the guy. And you see these guys that are the people that are like still with him. It's the Undertaker, it's Cena, and all these people that were on top. Like they're all going to be as present as they possibly can because they're like they are they have gratitude for it, even if he did what he did. In the end, it's like, I feel like a lot of them just sort of look the other way. It's not right,
Yeah.
it's not right in the end, but like,
no, I mean, hey, these people are they're gonna support who they want to support. They openly know what's going on. It's not like they don't know. They can't say they don't know what's going on.
Well, I got a picture of their wedding, so good luck.
But yeah, no, I again, we'll see what happens with this new federation that people are talking about. I don't even know if it's gonna happen and if it will even succeed. But
yeah, Perry was the first one to tell me about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been having meetings with people from Fox, and I mean, it's been something that's been brewing for the past year, since like the beginning of this year.
Well, he tried to buy AEW and they wouldn't sell it to him, so he can't buy TNA because TNA is with WWE now. So, and by the way, TNA has an opening for sale or whatever, so expect WWE to buy them out.
I wonder if that was like a preemptive thing by WWE, where it was like, we don't want them buying this, so we'll just bring them in the fold and then at some point buy them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Vince, I think, what was it, during the Super Bowl? He was
the guy really quick, Nick. The guy that is in charge of TNA is best friends with Nick Khan.
Yes.
So that should tell you something right there.
Well, they like, if you look at like the numbers for TNA, they've really actually benefited like a fair amount from their like NXT TNA sort of crossover things.
Yes. Oh, it's working really well for
them. WWE wants TNA to be the competition, and they want AEW out of the picture, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's why they're going to take Chris Jericho, and whatever they do with them, they do with them. But they're going to take everyone that they can get.
Apparently,
they'll take whoever at this point.
Apparently, that's why they're competing with AEW, quote unquote. They're putting counter programming on the same days as AEW, is because they're trying to get AEW out of the picture because they want TNA to be the number 2 company. They don't want AEW. That's what people are saying. I don't like. That's been reported by multiple different people that have sources that's the reason why. Because it's not a coincidence anymore. It's like they're trying to have counter programming to AEW.
And I don't blame them. Like that's smart business. But I mean, in the end, I don't think they're going to push them out of business or anything. Like, there's this whole thing where like the wrestling group, both like federations are fighting for these numbers,
and they would have won him.
All these people are, both of these federations are fighting for these numbers, right? But we all know that in the end, that like a certain wrestling fan watches AEW and a certain wrestling fan watches WWE.
Oh yeah,
and you're not gonna suddenly be like, there's also a large portion that watch both, but you're not gonna suddenly be like, oh, the guy that loves WWE is not going to just suddenly decide, oh, I need to watch AEW all the time.
Well, no, they want to put AEW out of business. This way, those people that watch it can go away again, like WCW.
But
those people left and never came back.
They want to put WWE out of business, but I feel that there's always going to be that like faction of fans that don't want WWE.
Right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And they're gonna go for AEW because it's the anti-WWE.
It's just
it's just they're always gonna have this sort of baseline number that you're gonna be like, they're competition, but they're not really competition because they're never really gonna grow a ton from what maybe they will. I'm just saying I don't see them growing a ton. Maybe they hit the right angle and they do. Someone catches on fire. They can't.
It's over.
Plausible.
It's over. The minute that all those guys left, it was over. They couldn't build at that point.
I don't want to like completely like shit on it and tell you that it's never going to happen. What I'm saying is that what looks like is going to happen is it's just going to sort of be a sort of same thing there all the time.
And that's why I'm mad at that guy Jericho, because you had guys coming in that could have helped build up that company. But he fucking ran them out of there before they were able to do anything. And now that company is stagnant.
I get what you're saying. I know in the end that most of this centers around the CM Punk thing. To me,
Well,
I
it wasn't
never
just
thought that they were ever
him.
gonna.
Punk was the guy that the other guys would have looked at, like a Randy Orton or one of those guys would have been like, hey, he's doing really good over there. Maybe I will go. Or maybe another guy would say, hey, maybe I will go over there and give them the shot. Maybe a John Cena would say, you know what, Vince is out of here. Maybe I'm going to go over there and work with my buddy CM Punk. You know what I mean? We don't know. There were so many variables that could have happened, and we will never know now because the fucking rug was pulled out underneath that whole thing. It wasn't just about CM Punk being the guy. It was about CM Punk building that company to a point where they can bring in others or more people would want to join the federation. At a point where WWE was the shits.
You believe in CM Punk more than I do at this stage in the sense of being able to make AEW something bigger than what it was. I thought it was going to be bigger.
Well, he was a starting point.
Competition. I'm just saying, I never thought it was going to be real competition, even with him. It just never felt like it. I've never ever thought that AEW had enough people that even when they got the bigger, like when they got CM Punk, I was like, cool. I figured they'd do like 1.2s, like, and it'd be great. But they're never gonna be these big, like they're never gonna be WWE level. There's just it's an institution.
Well, now they're not. They're totally not gonna be it now.
But they were never gonna be there. That's.
I don't know. We can't say that. Then, look at Hulk Hogan. He went to WCW to play suck.
You say, I don't know, we can't say that, but then you just said that they'll never get there now. So either
they'll never get there now because we didn't see the turnout.
But what he's saying is you can't say that it wouldn't have happened because
look at Hogan. Hogan went to WCW. WCW was a piece of shit. Hogan went there. He was getting booed out of the building. They were telling Ted Turner was like, Hulk, we got to wrap this shit up. This ain't gonna work. He did the NWO thing. Boom. All the fucking guys from WWF went right to WCW and did NWO. That's what I'm saying. Like, you never know. Like, this happened once.
It wasn't doing that, though. It wasn't happening.
They didn't get to that point, man. They just brought the guy in. They fucked with him.
It was only around though. It was only around for like 3.5, 4 years when Punk left. Like, it was still early.
It was still early, man. He was building up MJF, and then he was moving on to whoever else, and he didn't get that far. The MJF thing, there was no closure. Like, that was going to be something that was going to help build that guy. He was going to make MJF that guy, that next guy for that company.
I love that feud so much.
I know, and I'm sure when MJF goes to WWE, that's the guy that's going to fuck with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. He's going to want revenge on those guys for leaving him.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You're
going to see the Seth Rollins thing all over again with this guy MJF.
This might just be, this is probably me. Again, not putting in importance enough on CM Punk because I would never watch his era, wasn't really into that, so I don't know. I watch him now. I see what he is now. I know he's good on the mic. I know he's a good wrestler. But like when he came back, I was like, I don't think that this is turning the tide. Like this is not going to turn the tide in my opinion. That was just my opinion then. And now I'm saying I still don't think it's going to happen. But I'm never going to tell you it.
AEW is done for.
I'm not going to tell you there was no possibility then, and I'm not going to tell you there's no possibility now because I don't want to say for certains on things. But I never thought that getting CM Punk would even come close to making them competition for WWE.
I think it was just the starting point for something. Like that's really all I think the CM Punk thing was.
Well, they did their first $1 million pay-per-view with him.
Yeah. Like they said
it was starting. Yeah. It was starting to do stuff. That was the point. He was going to build those guys up and then retire. He wasn't going to stay there that long. He was going to help build the ship, get the ship going where they're like Jericho when he started. His goal was to get them a TV deal. He got them a TV deal allegedly, right?
Yeah.
That's what these guys come in for. They come in, they help build it, and then they go home. Or they go back to WWE, whatever. But they help build the fucking company. And that was the problem. These guys came in. These guys got jealous of each other. They fucking started fucking fighting. And they weren't worried about the company. They were worried about what they were doing. And that was the problem with AEW. AEW was beyond repair at this point. You got Jon Moxley fucking cutting this guy's ear off in the ring. Like, well, no, who the fuck wants to watch this horse shit? I feel like I'm watching fucking Saw on every Wednesday. I don't even watch the shit. But when I see clips on like Twitter and shit, he's cutting the guy's fucking ear off. He's eating his fucking ass. He's eating his dick. He's cutting his legs off. Like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what is this shit that's on TV every fucking week?
I haven't seen these.
You're giving this guy fucking creative control. This guy's a madman. He's a lunatic.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already established in past episodes how I feel about that guy.
Yeah. Well, he's the next Jericho. It's going to be all about him when Jericho leaves.
I mean, it seems to be right now. It seems to be all about like Hangman and Swerve, and I mean Ospreay is going to be out for a while, but like those seem to be the guys that they're elevating more than I think.
Where are they elevating to? The company's not going anywhere. Like you said, it's stagnant. I said that too. It's stagnant. You got to have Ospreay fly around the ring all fucking day long. It ain't going to do shit for anybody. Not the company and not him. It's over. The party's over for AEW.
It just seems the same to me. Like
Hangman. Hangman is terrible.
Yeah, he sucks ass.
Like,
fuck that guy.
Can somebody tell me the Hangman Page?
Hangman ain't shit. Fuck that guy.
Why are we talking about Hangman?
Because he sucks big fat ass. That's why we talk about him. Him and his little mustache. Why don't you go try out for fucking Super Troopers? Nobody gives a shit about you in AEW.
Super Troopers.
That's who they pushed. Wait, wasn't he champ? Is he champ? I think he's champ, right?
He's champion, from what I hear. But does anybody give a fuck?
I mean, the AEW crowd does.
Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck those people too. They're a bunch of fucking idiots.
That crowd though,
I'm curious,
like
what y'all think about
pops for like nobodies.
What'd you say, Milkman?
Like he's gone.
I'm curious though, what y'all think about the Hurt Business not doing jobs?
Oh, well, the Hurt.
Well, they want the Young Bucks, these fucking midget guys to beat them. It's like, bro, you want the Young Bucks to beat Bobby Lashley? Are you crazy?
Well, I heard a lot of the AEW fans were mad that the Hurt Business lost.
I was saying, no,
because
what
they
do
were
you
the
think
most
about
over
the
people.
Hurt Business not doing jobs because they lost.
We're talking about that.
Titles, but they weren't involved in the decision.
He's got to get a new phone.
Yeah, the Hurt Business lost, and a lot of AEW fans were upset because a lot of AEW fans liked the Hurt Business, and they were over as shit when they came out at the show the other day. They were one of the most over people, or one of the most over tag teams in the division. And a lot of people were mad that they lost clean by pinfall. Now, I don't know if that's because
didn't MVP go on the internet like a month ago and say that they're fucking out of there the minute that they can leave, they get out of there?
I don't think it was him. I think it was just stuff that's been being said.
But wasn't it like a 3-way match where someone else got pinned and they lost the title?
I think
someone else got pinned. They didn't get pinned.
Oh,
okay.
They got to the back with somebody else they feuded with in the backstage, so they weren't involved in the pinfall.
Got you. But a lot of people
protecting them, but also having them drop the titles. It sounds like a lot of nothing.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, I think a lot of people were just upset that they lost the titles. I think that's what people were kind of upset about.
So then what did you guys think about when they had the whole MJF thing and they brought MJF in and it took like 45 years for them to let MJF join and then they were like, you're out, and like I don't know, that seemed kind of
like a waste of time, like you said, just to draw a rating, to get people to fucking watch.
Yeah.
It's like some of the time with the way they seem to book shows for AEW is like, holy shit, we need to do something with these guys.
Exactly.
What should we do? And like there's like a chart, and the chart is like, we'll slap this guy and this guy together and try to combine them, or do like a thing where they talk about a line, even if it's just for an episode. Or it's we're gonna do like a 8-man tag match or a 6-man tag match. There's always these freaking terrible tag matches where you got 45 guys.
You might as well bring Teddy Long back. You're gonna make that many tag matches.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overemphasizing what I see, but it's like very New Japan playbook sometimes, where they're just like, oh,
because he's booking for Dave Meltzer, this fucking old slob in his house with his papers all over the floor.
These guys aren't getting enough TV time. Let's slap them in this makeshift.
Dave calls him, Tony, I got the lineup for you, Tony. All the people will love this, Tony, just me.
Oh man, listening to Dave talk about like the exponential growth of AEW.
Yeah, Dave,
and
he's like these Xbox guys. He believes everything they fucking tell him.
He's like always talking about the HBO Max numbers, the AEW numbers.
He's
for
full of
HBO
shit,
Max.
that guy. Holy fuck.
And like all these people are in his mentions that are like, even the CEO won't tell you what the numbers are. So like how do you know the numbers? And he's like, oh wow, so it's speculation, and he has all these like formulas and shit. It's hilarious, man. I've never seen someone go so far because like it just to me
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like he has.
you should start reading the
he has-
Xbox community. Those guys are nuts.
I'm just saying seems like he has zero pull in WWE anymore, and all of his like sort of information and insider stuff is from AEW. So he pushes it because if there was nothing, then he would just be talking.
Yeah,
about
because Bruce
something.
Pritchard was his fucking guy. That's why. And now Bruce, they know that if Bruce leaks anything, they know exactly who it was.
Well, Bruce was at that Vince's party.
Bruce was at the Hogan tribute, which Bruce is supposed to be out on suspension for some reason. But they never brought him back officially, but he's on TV. So what's that all about? Maybe they caught him talking to Meltzer again.
Oh.
I don't know.
But yeah. I think that'll do it though, unless you have anything else or we want to take questions if people have any questions.
Well, Vince is 80. So does this guy go to 100? I mean, what are we doing here with this dude?
I don't know. I mean, he might be cloned. That doesn't look like Vince.
I hope not.
That doesn't look like Vince. I think we might already be cloned. In that Hogan documentary, he did not look like Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew.
Terrible plastic surgery.
No, yeah, that plastic surgery looks.
Well, he had a facelift back in the Attitude Era. You didn't know that?
Oh no, I did know that, but he's gotten way more work done since then.
Yeah, come on, Perry.
Well, now they're drawing lipstick on him and shit. Like, what the fuck is this all about?
He looks like Mr. Potato Head.
Lip injection. That's lip injection.
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Potato Head. Bro. It looks like they assembled his head, and
it looks like they put Mrs. Potato Head's parts on Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. I don't know.
How could this guy walk around like that?
I mean, his face doesn't move.
Dude, he looks like he shits in his pants. Like, he totally looks like that.
He definitely gives adult diaper vibes.
And what the fuck is with this guy crashing his car into people? He crashed his car again.
Oh yeah, I did see that. The car accident.
He smashed into some lady, almost killed her.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that.
He's too fucking old. He shouldn't be driving.
Saw that earlier.
You guys read about the whole how the lease on the WWE headquarters in Stamford is up in a couple years, and how they have no plans on renewing it because they're just moving all operations to Las Vegas.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, wow.
They just built that fucking building. Oh, they didn't build it, but they just redid it because it was the old UBS bank.
So it was they signed I think a 5-year lease or something. So I think there's a couple more years left. But it's already
Well, to be fair, Vince signed that deal before he sold it. So yeah, TKO probably said, "Fuck this, we want Vegas." So that's the end of another era, huh? They're gonna leave.
Yeah, no more WWE in Connecticut. It'll probably turn over to something else, whatever. It'll be some sort of office building.
Yeah, they're trying to do their.
That was the old UBS bank.
Yeah, they're trying to make their main hub in Vegas for whatever reason. I mean,
dude, you know what's funny?
Out there.
That's where they're all living. That's where they're.
That place was 10 minutes from my old house, and during the Attitude Era, they were going to build a Westchester office. They were going to build a branch in Westchester, and they never did it.
Damn. But yeah, the Vince car accident actually happened the same day Hogan passed away.
He probably heard the news and crashed his car.
Well, apparently, on July 24th, 2025, Vince McMahon, former WWE CEO, was involved in a 3-car accident on the Merritt Parkway in Westport, Connecticut, around 9 a.m., driving a 2024 Bentley Continental GT Speed.
McMahon, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
who the fuck sold him that car?
McMahon rear-ended a 2023 BMW 430, causing his vehicle to hit a wooden median guardrail. Debris from the crash struck a southbound Ford Fusion. No injuries were reported, and all drivers were wearing seatbelts with airbags deploying in McMahon's Bentley and the BMW.
His airbag blew up in his face.
The crash caused significant damage, totaling McMahon's Bentley and damaging the other vehicles, with about 30 feet of guardrail also affected. McMahon was issued a
wow, he totaled a Bentley?
Yeah. McMahon was issued
put that on his resume.
Misdemeanor summons for reckless driving and following too closely. Released
yeah,
on
but they let him go, right?
Bond.
Oh, they arrested him?
Yeah, he was released on $500 bond, and
wow.
he is scheduled to appear in Stanford court today.
Today?
Yeah, this coming August 26th. It's officially August 26th, right on the dot.
Is he gonna fucking leave? They're gonna have to go get him?
Barbara Doran, the BMW driver, said on Facebook that McMahon was speeding at 80 to 90 miles an hour.
His age.
And a state trooper had been attempting to pull him over just before the crash. So,
what was this guy running from the cops?
It sounds like
what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's committing all these crimes now.
She noted the impact sent her car off the road, but she and her dog were largely unharmed. Though she experienced a stiff neck and underwear. Oh yeah, she definitely has a stiff neck, bro. My neck is stiffer than a motherfucker if Vince McMahon hits me.
Yep.
He totaled his Bentley. There's no escape.
Oh my god, 100%. The accident occurred hours before the announcement of WWE legend Hulk Hogan's death from cardiac arrest on the same day.
Oh, before or after?
Before. Hours before.
Oh, you think at
9 a.m.
Bro, you think Hogan was getting back at him real quick?
Jesus Christ. McMahon later posted. Yeah. McMahon later posted a tribute to Hogan on X. McMahon has not publicly commented on the crash, and representatives have not responded to questions. So, yeah. So later today, he is.
This guy's playing Grand Theft Auto the minute he quits WWE.
pretty much. They said the state troopers were in pursuit of him when he crashed. Like he was driving away from the cops. He had the 5-star wanted rating, bro. He was fucking going crazy. That's nuts. That is fucking crazy, man. Totaling a Bentley. You know how hard it is to total a Bentley?
Back in the day, very hard. Today, if it's made out of fucking paper mache, I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but it wasn't 2024. But that's crazy.
Well, what is that? Like a $200,000 car?
It's very expensive.
I didn't know that GTA 6 had a geriatric billionaire main character.
Oh yeah.
They might put him in now.
Of course, that Bentley is crazy. I mean, of course, he has that. He's got a lot of money.
$370,000.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, he got that.
That's the price of a fucking house.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he got that WWE money from the sale, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm."
He could buy like 500 million of those things, and it wouldn't even hurt him.
No. Yeah, the GT Speed, the one he got, is $370,000.
Jesus Christ!
He probably got out of that car and was like, "Ah, damn, I messed up my blue one."
Yeah.
They should fucking take his license away tomorrow. I hope the judge cuts his license up.
Bro, at his age, going 80, 90 miles an hour, bro, this man's going crazy. It's nuts.
He was driving his age, Nick.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess.
You guys are saying all this shit, like you said, how he needs a diaper, and he at his age, he's driving 90, and he's still doing other things that we won't get into.
He probably shit himself when he crashed his car.
No, Vince is on a Vince at the same time. Like when you see Vince in public, he looks like he's about to die.
We said that. We said that when he was on SmackDown. Remember?
Yeah. Then you hear about this shit, and you're like, okay, this guy's like a 40-year-old living in an 80-year-old's body.
Exactly.
He's going crazy. It's like the tale of two. Like he looks like an old disheveled man, but also he's like probably doing coke and fucking going 89 miles an hour in a fucking Bentley he just bought. Like Jesus,
well, I mean,
it's fucking nuts.
Any celebrity that's like an older person that then gets like the shit finally hits the fan, they become like public enemy number one. They go from looking like a normal person to looking like they're fucking dying, and then suddenly it's like, oh, poor old man or poor old woman, whatever it is, and it's like, no.
Yeah, fuck this guy. He ain't poor for shit.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Vince will show. Well, I don't know. See, Vince is vain enough that he might just still show up and be like, it wasn't my fault," or whatever, like that sort of shit. But like most people, they play on the sympathy card. It's hard to play on the sympathy card when you're Vince McMahon, I imagine.
No.
Dude,
but yeah.
Let me tell you something. Imagine if he crashed that car, right? And he goes to check on the lady. he fucking shits on the lady and the dog.
Oh my God, bro. That's crazy. That's
Oh, God. And he calls Brock Lesnar to come do it too.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Yeah, Brock's like, got the video?
Can you watch?
Yeah.
Can you film it? Yeah, can you film it?
Yeah. Christ, bro.
Oh God.
Stupid. But yeah, no, that's Vince McMahon. I forgot he got in an accident.
That's his second car crash in like the last 5 or 6 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you guys didn't watch the pay-per-views on the weekend, or like I know you guys don't watch watch NXT. I think we had a pay-per-view and AEW had a pay-per-view. Perry mentioned something about like the ear thing, and I know that happened there. I didn't watch it, but like
we don't watch AEW. Anything AEW.
If something piques my interest, I'll watch, but I haven't seen anything that piqued my interest. I was busy all weekend, so I just didn't have time to watch it. But I heard what was it on the AEW? What was the one that it was a Forbidden Door? Was that the one that happened? What was the one that
Forbidden Whore?
I think so. I think that what it was.
Okay,
that's what it was.
I heard that the tag match is pretty good with Edge and Christian and
oh God,
fuck was in there. But I heard that match is pretty good.
It was Sabian and
yeah,
right, Sabian and who the hell else is with him? Or was it Nick Wayne? Is Nick Wayne healthy?
I think so. Yeah, because he's feuding with Christian.
You know who Nick Wayne is, by the way? Brian Alvarez was trained by Buddy Wayne, Nick Wayne's father.
Yeah.
So Brian Alvarez fucking called Tony Khan and said, "I think you should hire my buddy's son." And that's why you have Nick Wayne.
Nick Wayne. It was Kill Switch.
Oh,
or Luchasaurus.
That's what it was.
Because at least I don't know if it's a legit injury, but they said Nick Wayne had an injury. So
okay.
When they showed they showed him on a video, and he was like talking shit in video, but he had crutches behind him, and I was like, oh, he must be hurt. But I forgot that they introduced Luchasaurus back. I saw that too. I watched like Dynamite kind of like every once in a while just to sort of know what the hell is going on. I know Tanahashi was in a match.
Yeah,
and I'm like, because he came out on Dynamite, and I'm just like, dude, just be like in Japan and be like,
yeah.
I know they brought back Wardlow last night. I mean, Wardlow they brought back.
I thought he was gone. I figured he was another one that they would just let sit until he leaves or whatever. Maybe they did a extended contract on him too or something. But I didn't hear anything about him.
They brought him back with Don Callis. They brought him back with. He's with Don Callis now.
Yeah.
Everybody gets brought back and put with Don Callis. That's another thing.
Because they had him beat up on the pay-per-view.
Okay, listen. I got pictures of the accident right before it happened.
Oh
God. Just give me a second here. I'm gonna paste them.
While Perry's doing that, does anybody have any questions from the chat? We'll take some questions before we wrap up here. If anyone has any questions.
Who's the biggest Don Callis fan?
Oh my God.
You see that fender?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
funny. What's with this? Really quick before we go, this Killer Cross guy, bro. What the fuck is with this guy?
Do you still think it's a work? You said last time we did a show it's a work.
Well, I guess it's not a fucking work because the guy showed up in GCW pulling his clothes off. I guess the rumors were true about them. Really, this was the last shot he had in WWE. He blew it, huh?
I mean, he said that he would still go back.
Yeah, he would go back, but they don't want him back.
Yeah.
I don't know if they don't want him back. I just think I think what happened is they made him an offer, and that offer didn't include a contract for Scarlett. And when you have this sort of situation where it's like, yeah, you're here and your wife gets paid too, and she's here and she's on TV. When you do that all the time and you can do that together in other places, and then they suddenly tell you, no, you can't do that. But
They're
here's
tired
a
of fucking
last
Minkus
final
being there.
offer.
That's why.
Well, also there's like I mentioned last time, there is a reason why that he wants to be where she's at, and it's because of the. I mean, again, I'll briefly say it. We won't have to go too into it. There was an incident in the TNA locker room when she was at Impact, that happened. It was a whole like, again, it's just allegations kind of thing, but it was like it was a situation where he said he wished he was there because if he was there, it wouldn't have happened, kind of thing.
Speaking of who was the biggest fan of that person, that's what that's why I heard that they wouldn't go to AEW was because there's some there's animosity with him. So
he
do
won't
you
be,
think Don Callis allegedly is sexually harassing Tony Khan right now?
I don't know, but I do know that that's one of the reasons why. Like you are correct in that assertion is that she will not share a locker room with him, no matter where he's at.
I think he is harassing TK, and I think that's why he's on television all the time because TK likes it.
Well, his dick split his head open, right? That one time.
Jesus Christ.
TK is like, this is great. This is amazing stuff. I love his interviews. He always looks like he's like geeked out like crazy, and he's just like so wide-eyed. It's so funny.
I miss Don Callis because I used to watch him on ECW as Cyrus the Virus.
I love Don Callis. Like
my wife loves Don Callis. Then we stopped watching AEW, so she forgot about him.
He's good as his shitty character. Like he gets heat. Like and you know, like you put him like that's just it. They like put all these guys that I don't know particularly think I don't absolutely think these guys have the best like mic chops, and they get like just slap him with him all the time. It's like this guy and this guy, and, you know, it's like Takeshita, who's he's should be at the top of the top of the heap. He's like one of the best wrestlers that they have, but he can't. He's Japanese, so you give him, and then it's like. What's the other guy?
But you gotta wonder if he's sexually harassing these Japanese guys because they can't talk.
Well, I mean, maybe he's sexually harassing the Proto Star. He has all these people that like.
Wait, are you talking about Okada?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's harassing Okada too.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my God.
That's what they do. They're like, oh, he's like the golden goose of this guy isn't a talker. Like slap him with Don Callis. I mean, it's not like you're itching to hear Wardlow start throwing some promos out there. Nobody gives a shit. Like, get in there and beat somebody up. He doesn't have that chops. At least I never thought he did. And judging by the way that they promote him and use him, when they have tried to have him do that, it doesn't work. So, maybe it's injuries derailing Wardlow or not, but like Callis is the go-to in that company to like insert like him into like any storyline. It's like, oh, here he is with this guy and with this guy. And I see a lot of people that watch AEW are like fed up with the like, here's a new guy thrown with Don Callis, but like he's so central to the shows now that it seems almost like it's like their go-to.
He's working Tony too. This guy. They're all working this guy, Tony Khan. He's a fucking idiot. He doesn't realize it.
And I'm sure he's always been a very vocal, like creative, and I'm sure that he's like all over that with Tony. I'm sure he's like right by his this and this and this. So in the end, I don't know who's telling who what about like who's gonna get TV time or not, but like it seems like he's got a real foothold there on creative and on things because he's just in everything.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be with Karrion Kross or Killer Kross anytime soon because it seems very just from what they say, it seems like they have no chance of going there.
Yeah.
I got more crash photos really quick before we leave. Any questions in the chat room for these guys?
Yeah, any questions? We'll take questions for the last couple of minutes.
Oh shit! I
anybody has
closed the
anything.
studio by accident.
No.
I'm good. I got it.
I think there should be like a game where we put two wrestlers on the screen, and the game is which one does Perry hate more, and then the three of us guess which one he
Jesus
hates more,
Christ.
and then that way, and then Perry can confirm which one he hates more and explain why he hates that person more.
Jesus Christ.
And I think that's a great game. I really do. I think it'd be funny as hell.
That would be.
Because she has so many people that he fucking hates. That,
What is that photo, Perry? That's crazy.
I don't know what the fuck that photo is, but
it's like the car's upside down, the tires in the car, and then he's just like, yeah, I don't know what.
Hey, it was totaled, right? It could totally have been looking like that.
Could. That's crazy, bro.
Is this the magic of AI?
Yes, it is the magic of AI.
Wow.
Oh man.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But if anyone doesn't have any questions, I think we will wrap it up here. I want to thank Sean and Milfman for coming on.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it as
No
always.
problem.
And
It was fun.
yeah, and we will be back not next week but the week after with another show. Hopefully we'll have some updates on certain things that happen. So yeah, I want everybody to have a great week. Have a safe this weekend coming up is Labor Day weekend. Have a good Labor Day weekend.
Don't drive in Connecticut. You might fucking run into, or he might run into you, Vince McMahon.
Yeah. He might run into you running from the cops. So don't go to Connecticut. But yeah.
I have to travel there sometimes because my sister lives out there. I'm gonna be on the lookout and make sure that I don't see any Bentleys coming at me at 90 miles.
You see an expensive ass car swerving, it might be him. Just stay away. But anyway, thanks guys for listening. Appreciate all the love. Venom Dave was in here. RWK, Captain Catch, Hockey Fan, Frank, everybody that popped in.
Dreadpool was here. Captain Catch, like you said. Everybody.
Yeah.
Weston was here. El Nini was here. All these guys.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for stopping by. And we will talk to you guys next time. I'm Nick.
I'm Perry.
And we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Goodbye, guys.